Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about amateur gardening mistakes, and there are quite a few of them because this is our first year planting a garden and we are learning as we go. Plus we have some really strange looking vegetables. Some were picked too early, some too late, some are just weird. So let me show you what we've got going on. All right, so this is today's harvest. We have been getting zucchini and squash. We have a ton of it in our freezer. We've been using recipes for it. It is growing quite well. This is a summer squash. This is a zucchini or courgette, and we're getting about 1 or 2 zucchini every day or so, and about 7 to 11 of the squash. So quite a bit of squash. But I went ahead and decided to pick a few other things that have been in our garden, and I started with these beets. So you can see just from the size of my hand that they're very tiny, probably not as big as a beet should be when you pick it, but they were timed according to the packet to pick them. So I only picked a few just to see what they looked like, because it's hard to tell underground what they look like. But these clearly needed a little bit more time in the ground, so we'll have to see what I can do with those. So these were picked too early. Let's look at our broccoli. So this is all of my broccoli harvest. As you can see, it's not much. So the broccoli did not flower well. I think a couple of things there. First, it was planted in the dead heat of summer in the south. And supposedly broccoli likes spring or fall temperatures better. So that is one that I learned the hard way. The leaves are pretty and green, but there's not much broccoli produced when it's hot. So there's our broccoli. Tomatoes. So these are actually looking pretty good. They're just now ripening. These are the little cherry tomatoes, and they look pretty good. They're just now getting red this week, and the vines are covered. So hopefully we'll have a lot more cherry tomatoes. Those were easy to grow. Our cucumbers. All right, so you can probably see from right here that we have a few issues going on. This is a normal pickling cucumber that I've been picking, and we've been slicing them. The boys have been eating them. We pickled a bunch of these in one of our short videos. Those look great. This one I found today, it is massive. It's very heavy, and it was just laying right under a leaf that somehow I missed it, and it's massive. So it's a little bit too big. This one is like a little short guava looking cucumber. So it's short and fat. I don't know what happened to the end here. Didn't grow properly, but so that one's misshapen. And then this one has a misshapen tail as well. Didn't quite get whatever it needed to get there on the end, but this part looks okay. So there's my cucumbers. A little bit of fault there with the cucumbers. All right, let's go on up here to the carrots. So I don't really know what's going on with these alien carrots. They all look like they've grown legs and tails, extra pieces of carrots. So they were getting really, really tall, and it's hard to tell for me when to pick them or when not to pick them. They were really, really tall. The flower part on top was like 2 feet tall. So I went ahead and pulled them up just to see what they look like. And all of them have these weird extra legs. Like, what in the world? They look like aliens. So even this little teeny one has the extra spindly roots and legs, and this one as well. So I don't know. I don't remember what variety I got. I just got some packet that said carrots. It did not say alien carrots on it, but clearly that's what I grew. Also, it looks like I picked them way too early because they're kind of small. So even though they were really tall on the top, they were not quite ready to be picked yet. So I don't know if they would have changed or done something differently if I left them in the ground another few weeks. But anyway, those are kind of strange. So let me know down below your comments on these carrots. And these are the radishes. So I'm not really fond of radishes, but they were one of the easiest things to grow, and they said they only grew in 30 days. Again, it's a root vegetable, so it's hard to tell what's going underground. I pulled up a few of these a couple days ago. Some were really smushy and rotten from all the rain we've gotten. And I really want to get that bed cleared out to make room for the fall garden vegetables. So I went ahead and pulled these up today. As you can see, it's a wide variety of colors and sizes. So this one turned totally purple. This one stayed white, but it's huge. It's got a crack in it too, so you can tell it was about to go. So yeah, I don't know. Some of them didn't form at all. Some of them, and I don't have a picture of those, but they just stayed like a root the whole time. They never grew a bulb on them. So I'm not sure what's going on with these and why such a huge difference in size. So if you know about that, let me know. I plan on roasting these because we did try them in tiny slivers in our salad, and they were quite bitter, like a peppery flavor, a cross between an onion and a pepper. So I probably will roast those to get them a little bit sweeter. So yeah, there's our garden for today and some of the mistakes and successes that we've had. So if you have any comments or other suggestions, comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. So I diced up all of the root vegetables and baked them for about 35 minutes in the oven, roasted them, and they turned out pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a really fun adventure. I can't wait to start the second part of our garden here in the fall. We've already got some seedlings, hopefully germinating soon so that we can transfer those into the garden. And we'll continue to harvest the squash and zucchini and the cucumbers and the tomatoes as they're coming up really nice. Our peppers, they're not quite producing yet. Hopefully, as it's getting into the 80s instead of the 90s, we'll start seeing some peppers soon. And we don't know what our potatoes are doing. They laid down again in another thunderstorm last night, so maybe our potatoes are not doing too great under the ground. We don't know. It's been a lot of rain, but we'll find out in another few weeks or so about the tomatoes. If you have any suggestions, comment down below and let us know what your ideas are. We will see you at the next video. Bye. Almost nightly now we've had these visitors in the yard. They haven't had any damage yet, but they're getting awfully close to the garden. And tonight we actually watched them get a little bit too close. So I kept my eye on them, and as they started to come closer, I decided that I needed to go have a chat with them. So this is Vince recording me as I go outside and have a chat with the deer. Two of them were nibbling on the pumpkins in the back of the garden that were just past the garden, but they were getting a little too familiar, so I went and had some words with them.